All right, Coach Chinander's here. First question I see here, Brian Christopherson, 24/7.
Hey Eric, kind of watching the game back Saturday. What was just your overview? How did you feel you tackled? What were the concern points you took from it, or what was the positives?
I mean that's a long question. There's quite a few positives. Obviously, we created 2 turnovers. We got to start better first and second half. Those 2 drives, that just can't happen, and that stems from practicing better on Tuesdays. To me, it's you practice how you play. You got to start fast in practice. You got to start fast in the game. We gave up the big run in the first series, and then they ran that play a couple more times, and it went for -2. It's just we weren't triggering, we weren't playing fast. Partly probably because there were some new guys in there, but whoever's in the game's got to play. We got some pressure on the quarterback. Anytime you're close to holding the team to around 300 yards, that's pretty good. We played the run game well after that big run hit in the second half. A couple scrambles, but other than that, defended the run well. And there was, you got 2 turnovers in the pass game. You got some quarterback hits, and I think they had 160 yards passing. There's a lot of positives to take. There's definitely some things to correct, and part of that's just starting the game faster in both halves. We tackled well, except for we missed a couple where guys tried to get on ESPN in the second half and blow somebody up. But other than that, the team tackling was pretty well. It was great to see some young kids get some action in there. There's a lot of guys that are earning opportunity. We talked to the defense yesterday that, I'm not looking to bench people. I'm not looking to scare anybody, but there's a lot of young guys that are earning a lot of opportunity, and they need the reps. And however you practice this week is going to determine how many reps those young guys get and how many reps those older guys get. But we definitely saw guys, and you guys know who they are: Miles Farmer, Quentin Newsom, Luke Reimer. Jordan Riley got back in the game. Some of the outside linebackers affected the game probably more in their snaps than others. So it's going to be a good week of practice, and guys know that it's on the line.
Thanks, Eric.
Parker Gabriel, Lincoln Journal Star.
Hey, Eric, we've talked about this a little bit here and there, but just with the way that you're in and out of odd and even fronts and all the different players you use in the front seven, as a play caller, do you feel like you're starting to get in a pretty good rhythm or have a pretty good feel of, all of those different packages and who maybe ideally you want in the game in certain situations? Now you've got a couple of, not only practice, but a couple of games doing it.
Yeah, it's starting to shape up a little bit, and it's never one game going to be the same as the other. It kind of depends on what the offense is doing and what feels like it gives us the best shot, as well as who's healthy and available, which group gives us the best chance to win each week. But definitely we're finding a rhythm and finding who needs to be in the game at what point in time, and obviously getting some of those young DBs some reps, and they did a nice job. That always helps when you have 3 or 4 guys to roll at safety and 3 or 4 guys to roll at corner, and definitely getting all the linebackers back healthy inside. Being able to roll those guys so they don't have to play the entire game is very helpful. So we're starting to see the depth emerge, as well as who needs to probably be out there for the first snap.
Mitch Sherman, The Athletic.
Eric, Coach Frost mentioned yesterday that they've made some decisions with their offensive tempo, with the defense in mind, to keep the defense rested. What do you feel like you guys are ready for as a defense to handle, as far as the amount of time that you spend on the field?
I mean, you got to be able to handle anything. Whatever he wants to do on offense is up to him. In my opinion, when you develop depth, which is starting to happen, we should be happy to go on the field. We're never happy that the offense turns the ball over. I mean, that's not good for the team. But as a defense, you should be happy you get another opportunity to make a sack. You get another opportunity to make a TFL. You get another opportunity to make an interception. So let's be fired up when we get to go out on the field. Whether we get to go out for 25 series or 15, doesn't matter. Let's go play football. We all came here to play football, not sit on the bench. So whatever he wants to do on offense, that's up to him. That's great, and we just got to be able to go play when it's our turn. When the bell's called, we got to answer.
Kevin Suits, Channel 1011.
Coach, just curious what your analysis is of Penn State. They seem to be an interesting study. They started the year with 35 points offensively, but that's gradually gone down as the season's progressed.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, and this is a kind of a weird year to begin with, but you never know what's going to happen. Could they have been a little down because they lost a couple early? Maybe. Do they have good players? Absolutely. Do they have a good scheme? Absolutely. We just got to be ready to get Penn State's best shot when they come in here. They definitely have some explosive playmakers, both at receiver and tight end, and their quarterback obviously can do some really nice things both in the air and on the ground. I think they have an experienced offensive line that played well in the last few games. So I think we got to be ready for their best shot, thinking that we're going to get a top 10 football team rolling in here, and we got to be ready to play.
Sam McEwen, Omaha World Herald.
Erik, given Penn State's recent history, penchant for hitting a lot of big pass plays, how big of a test is this week for your cornerbacks and your secondary as a whole?
Well, I think it's going to be a big week for them. They're back when they were at Minnesota, the offensive coordinator, and Penn State. They're gonna run the ball, and it's going to be a lot of hard play action, and you have a tendency to get some safety sucked up, and that's what creates those big passing plays on the outside. Your corners a lot of times are playing mano a mano, just because of the safeties. If you're in split safety coverage, your safeties get sucked up in the run game as extra defenders. If you got a post player there, he's not going to be sucked up in the run game, but you have a tendency on those hard play action to get your hook players sucked up, your curl flat players sucked up, and potentially your split field safeties. So those guys got to be on their P's and Q's at all times this week, and you just can't fall asleep out there when they're trying to pound the ball and flipping an RPO and pounding the ball and flipping an RPO, and then boom, here comes a big shot. So that's always a big test for those guys to stay mentally locked in for 75 or 80 plays.
Hey, setting aside Ohio State, which is just a great offense, opponents are still converting 51% of their third downs against you guys this year. Seems to be really the only statistical thing out there that doesn't look great. What would you like to do to improve that?
Yeah, I think there's a few situational things we need to do, just where we're at on the field. Also, there's been a lot of third and mediums, whatever you want to call them, not in that 7+ range. And so we need to do a little bit better job on first and second down to get them to a longer third down. There's probably some things where, I can probably help the kids a little bit on that and get them in some different stuff. Maybe take a few more chances as a play caller. But I think that's one area that we really need to, evaluate and improve on a little bit.
Take one more for Coach. Sean Callahan, Husker Online.
Hey, Coach, how much is this team just looking forward to playing a home game? It's November 14th coming up Saturday, and you guys haven't been at home yet. How much are guys looking forward to that?
Sean, they're really looking forward to that. But I'm really amazed with this group that, we came in, and that was a heartbreaking loss for them. And, there was obviously not good feeling in the locker room afterwards. Everybody in that locker room felt like we should have won that football game. But we came in here on Sunday and on Monday morning, and these kids just want to play football. And do they want to play at home and everything? Absolutely. They love playing here in front of their fans and their family, but they just wanted to play football. They just wanted to practice again. And now I was just amazed with this group that they wanted to take the hard coaching. It's gotten to the point now where they don't need a pat on the back every day. They want to get coached hard. They want to get better. They want to know how they can get better, and they just want to play football. And just to practice today, just to have the opportunity to practice today in this crazy, weird year is what they really wanted. And they're gonna love a chance to play at home in front of the people that they love the most. But just the opportunity to play football is what they wanted, and it's a pretty awesome deal.
Great. Thank you, Coach. We'll have Coach Rude next.